Hi everybody, I'm David Dean Hastings and I'm going to show you a little unarmed sequence that doesn't take up a lot of room. If you're inside in a small confined area, you can use this little sequence because it's using some close quarter combat techniques, elbows and knees. I'm going to be using the pole that's behind me as my partner, but you really don't need a partner at all. These moves can be practiced in just the small space that you have, using nothing for a partner. So this sequence starts with me moving into close quarter distance. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an invitation for my partner to engage with me. The idea is I want them to engage wrist to wrist with me, and it gives the audience something to focus on. I want everybody's attention right here, right in between the two of us. So I'm offering this invitation right here. So the first move is going to be a preemptive move to open the line to attack it. It's called Pak Sao. So what I'm going to do is drop this down, and this hand comes up and smacks their hand out of the way. It's like a rolling motion right here. So we can get a nice sound if we can have a nice light hit on their forearm as I come up. I'm loading this elbow up and preparing a cue for a back fist. The idea is I'm taking these two knuckles of the index finger and the middle finger, and I'm coming in and I'm smacking my opponent on the temple, on the side of their head. But what I'm really doing is making sure that my elbow is upstage of their head and I'm coming in and out. So the whole move looks like this. I move into distance, I make my offering, we engage wrist to wrist. The first move is I drop that down, this comes up, this hits their forearm down as this loads up, and then I turn and do the back fist here. This comes back into the negative space between us so the audience sees what has just happened. So the next thing I'm going to do is as I turn my hips toward my partner, I'm going to cue for an open palm strike. And I'm going to hit them with a contact strike right on where you would have a nap on their chest, right there. So as I'm done with that back fist, I'm loading this up and coming straight in here and then popping it back off. Once again, removing that hand and coming back to the negative space. And you should get a nice sound on that palm strike to their chest. So once I'm done with that palm strike, I'm going to come in with a horizontal elbow strike. So the idea is I'm coming in and I'm smashing them in the side of the head with this portion of my forearm. I'm not coming in with the elbow as a ripping or slicing attack. This is a smash to the side of their head. So after I'm done with that palm strike, I'm coming up with this cue. Everybody sees it. The forearm is perpendicular to them. I'm coming in parallel downstage of them, so I'm turning my hips into it, and this strike is just downstage of them. So once I'm done with that elbow strike, what I want to do is I want to take this hand, I want to wrap it and touch their trapezius muscle, which is right here. So it's a nice firm muscle. And then I'm actually giving support because the next thing I want to do is I want to bring up my thigh for a strike. So the front or top part, quadricep, is going to come in and make contact with my partner. So after that horizontal elbow strike, I'm going to reach around, touch their trapezius here, get a little bit of stability, post on my left, and then bring this strike in so the top of my thigh is making contact with them. As I do that, knee strike, and then I come down. So the last move is going to be a slashing upward elbow, and it's as if I'm combing my hair. I'm going to come in and strike that upward right here. So it's as if I'm brushing my hair back. This comes through and up. The idea is that I'm taking, again, that slashing elbow, coming up the chin to finish the moves. So if you want to do this and consider where naps might go, you can consider these things if the camera were the audience. I come in, I make that invitation so the audience is drawn to that moment. I execute my Pak Sao, which comes down, and as I load up that back fist, I'm going to turn my left shoulder away from the audience and do the nap on my own torso as I come away. Again, bringing this fist back to the negative space in between the two people. And then as I turn, Again, this is going to be a contact strike. I can perhaps get a napping sound on their chest right here. I'm going to come in and do a very similar thing I did with the back fist with this horizontal elbow. This comes up and I turn and I do the same nap on my torso as I move away from the audience. Here, I grab the back of their neck. This is a contact strike, so there's no need for any kind of nap to the leg. And then lastly, this upward strike, my partner could do the nap, or I can consider doing a brush nap, which is my hands coming through this way, but hopefully the audience's eye is drawn to this quick upward motion. Here. Well, that's the sequence. Take a look, give it a practice. This is not an assignment, but if you want to, film it and upload it and send it back to me. I'd love to see anybody who wants to try take a whack at it. All right? See you next time.